Silksong is real! We waited 7 years for this masterpiece to come out and it's finally here. I can't believe it! And because I have literally no life, we're gonna 100% the whole game right on the release, cause why not? The game already has 55 achievements, with one the most brutal being beating the game on Silksong mode and achieving 100% completion. But hold on. Let's start my very first playthrough. I just enjoyed the game, alright? Also, big shout out to Steam for not working while I tried to buy the game just on the release, and another shout out to the Humble Bundle for your key not working for like 30 minutes. Okay, we finally begin the game as we see Hornet being imprisoned in that cage. I hope it's just not for touching things. Anyway, out of nowhere this butterfly shows up which helps Hornet, so yeah, this is what happens after I die in Silksong mode. And the game even has acts. We can finally play. Of course I didn't find the hidden secret entrance because I'm dumb. But here we are, our very first area in the game full of very hard enemies. And right from the start I can already tell that Hornet is totally different from Knight, primarily because of her pogo that is diagonal. Also there are already interesting things that we can fight, for example those shell shards that I have no idea what they are for. And most berries that look exactly as... I don't know. And while we try to leave this place, Hornet weakens, like she's been on something before. And finally, our very first boss in the game that pretty much gave me flashbacks from French Flag King boss fight. And the boss is banal because it's the first one, what did you expect? Then Hornet tries to be super badass, but she faints. Minus 100 billion social credits. And holy shit, the main character actually talks in the game, so we are no longer Mute Knight. I love Silksong. I'm not gonna lie, this place kinda gives me vibes of Dirtmouth. But enough talking, we need to explore Harlem and stop by the best NPC in the entire game. And another area that gives me vibes of Hollow Knight's area, this time Forgotten Crossroads. Also it's time to finally meet the mapper of this game, and she's also totally goated by why is she bending down while talking to me. I miss Cornifer though. Oh, and because I've bought the compass, here's the achievement. Is that trailer guy? Is it really him? Unfortunately I can't let him free. So I went on an adventure to discover a new ability that will help us free our body, and for which there's also achievement. Why is he attacking me? What the fuck? Right now I'm going prepared. A better version of Boss Charger will defeat me. GG, easy clap. After that, Brute turns out to be fast travel, so there's no reason to hate on this guy. I also got another achievement because I've donated 200 shell shards, which turned out to be a quest. Because the game literally now has quests. This game is really 2 times bigger than Hollow Knight. Saving some missing packs couldn't be missing from the game too. So now we're saving fleece and more minerals used for crafting. So I've played the game just like that, exploring the whole locations and just being excited about the parkour in the game. Leave no comment please. And it was like that until I got the very new location, which is Deep Docks, and I died in a dumb way. And I've already witnessed a bug in the game because my cocoon literally disappeared. Really, the game is full of them. Of course, those ones. Anyway, it doesn't matter because I've unlocked another ability, which is dashing. It just had to be there. So it's time to go to the place that is being hated by the majority of players primarily because of this. Gotta call it a skill issue. Don't worry, I'm also bad. And of course I've got fooled by the trap bench. I explored the location and left with nothing special. But I bought a simple key and used it, for which I could unlock a new crest which would change my attacks completely. We've got a normal pogo in the game. Here's achievement. And because Silksong is a Metroidvania, we explore, we fight, we die, and we admire the beautiful graphics of the game. I really love Silksong. And the next achievements that I got was just killing lots of bosses. So I beat Lace, that was very fun boss to do. I defeated the 4th Chorus, which since the trailer, I knew it's gonna be an epic boss fight. Before that we even unlock an ability to glide. Then I got to the cursed city. It felt like one of those Minecraft abandoned villages. Then I was in a place that kind of reminded me of Green Path, even though it's totally different. And here I managed to unlock wall jumping, and because of that I could climb an Eiffel Tower. Get to another boss fight and kinda struggle a bit, but it's fine. Achievement paps. I finally got 4th mask shard, and as a result another achievement showed up. I decided to explore one place in Deep Docks because I couldn't get there before, and that's what happened.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
They've kidnapped me. Oh my god, why is she naked? Holy shit! And just like that, we can explore the whole prison until we finally find this guy and we can, you know, welcome him nicely. In this place I did find a second spool fragment and that gave me another achievement. Hollow Knight reference! While being in one of the locations that has a terrible water mechanic, in which, I'm not gonna lie, I died a lot, I found another interesting location that's just a huge labyrinth. I tried to figure it out on my own for like 30 minutes, but unsuccessful. So I gave up and went to the other location, which run back to one boss. It's a big hell. But the boss is big, I'ma be honest. Oh, and I forgot. There's an actual gambling in the game. Okay, going back to the boss. The last judge. It almost felt like one of the final bosses. It kicked my ass over and over again, but I enjoyed every minute of it. Eventually, I beat it, which also almost killed me, and achievement showed up. Of course, it's not the final boss because now we're entering the Citadel. It's time for Act 2. Of course, the lift won't work properly, so I had instant PSD from Star Wars and I fell. So now I've got to explore the place where slaves are working or just trying to kill me. Guys, I've done nothing wrong, just leave me alone. But once I could leave this place and see the Citadel for the first time, holy shit, that was amazing. The whole design and the aesthetic of the place is just beautiful. And the boss that I met a while later, absolute cinema. And yeah, I kinda felt brutal because at the end of the fight, when you kill one of the dancers, the other one has no one to dance with. So I gotta call it skill issue. And now our new objective is to learn 3 melodies. Just like in Hollow Knight, we had to find 3 dreamers. Can you see the reference? And melodies. You know why melodies? Because Silksong. Silksong. Got it? Never mind. So I went to find those melodies, but the problem was that I didn't have the proper ability, so I needed to explore some other things and unlock my amazing claw line, and then proceed to learn the first song. I also finally completed the wish that she gave me, but then she tried to touch me, but Horn is a total badass and she just, you know, showed her who rolls here. It's embarrassing to admit it, but just now I realized I can sprint, so yeah. I've played most of the game without knowing it. Now you can beat my damn ass for this. So I continue with pushing the story further, and I beat the boss really similar to the Grim, and that fight was totally peak. Bro's literally sparing spinjitzu on me. Also total peak was climbing here to get the double jump, because I just love platforming in this game. I only did the third song, so I went into this place, and it was time for the hardest gauntlet in the entire game. 40 minutes. 40 fucking minutes. And the worst thing is that I played with the most basic needle because I didn't know I could upgrade it in Belhard. Another skill issue. Anyway, here's the achievement. It is time to play the song and fight once again with the blue lady. Which previously we are doing at the very beginning of the game. She was way faster, but I beat her super fast and then she just died. Also, can she stop laughing after my every death? Thanks? But now let's just move on to the real final boss of the game, which is Grandmother Silk. Holy shit, what the hell is that? And I gotta admit, she's too easy for final boss. Why did it take me so fast? And in the ending, Horror becomes a new Grandmother Silk, I guess. It doesn't matter, here's the achievement. I'm sure there's more endings since the game is 2 times bigger than Hollow Knight. And now simply what we have to do is just to explore more, and more. So yeah, I finally found more of those tube-like things, and that gave me an achievement. I rescued half of the fleas, including this one big bro who's probably been on the mess for the last 2 months. And then I went back to the mist again. It was unfortunately the first time when I had to Google things in this game. It turned out that I just have to play needling next to those guys and they'll just show me the way. Are you kidding me? But I'm not gonna lie, it was worth it since the boss fight that waits for me after all of those actions is just another absolute cinema. Here's an achievement for that. Then I had to find some ingredients to complete one wish, so I picked up Career Rasher, which instantly reminded me of the Delicate Flower from Hollow Knight. I gave it to him, and because it was the last one, he gave me Pale Oil, and I got an achievement. Also, I became a Bell homeowner. Great. I've always wanted to live in a Bell. Not this one though. I managed to also find another boss that is one of my favorites, primarily because of how dynamic and fun the fight is. There's an achievement for beating him. And I reached Biltwater, the location that I fucking despise. When I see this area, I wanna just turn off the computer and touch some grass. It's not typical to me. Anyway, in there I opened the last bellway, so another achievement path. And I even rescued all of the fleas. Also, I unlocked a new wish where I had to find Shakira and her dead master, I think.
Always 2 there are. No more, no less.
And finally, I could push the story further and create a trap for Grandmother Silk. And once I entrapped her, Lace shows up and attacks Mother, and then Void consumes them. For that there's also achievement. So yeah, our task now is to defeat this thing from the Void. And what the hell, where's my fast travel guy? We must rescue him. The little ghost shows up and kills this bastard, and now it is time to unlock a wonderful ability that will teleport me back to the last bellway. Here's the achievement. It's time for a lot of bosses, because we really have to collect 3 more things since those snake shamans want us to do this first. So I entered Coral Tower, which by the way is so beautiful, and here we have to beat some of those gauntlets, and then we get to fight with this decent boss, which also gives an achievement. I decided to beat this weirdo boss, and yeah, another easy achievement. With this boss fight though, I had a little problems, but I gotta say, the fight is total peak. I just love how it looks, how it feels, and oh my god, I just love it. With all of those things collected, it is time to go to the snail shamans and get the Everbloom. As a result, we can see some horror memories that totally blew my mind because I pretty much wasn't expecting that. And now, they're gone full milk, and we've got Everbloom. Finally, we can enter the Void and beat the final boss, which is again again fucking laced. And she pretty much kicked my ass for a good time, but when I finally beat her, I felt peace. In the ending, everything of course ends up good, and I think it's gonna be a true canon. Here we are, achievement. It is time to 100% the save file. I had to finish the rest of the wishes. In one, I unfortunately had to fight with Bro, who literally for the entire game was a good baddie. Big shout out for Garment. Then I had to defeat her because she wanted to fight, and for that there's also achievement. Now you could finally explore the last area, which is pretty by the way, and there was waiting for me one more boss, which is just a harder version of Clockwork Dancers. Very fun. And now it is time for achievements like this. I unlocked every map, I got every mask shard, I got every spool fragment, I got every tool, I got every silk heart, I claimed every crest, and I binded all of the silk skills. Oh, and I binded Eva because I used enough memory lockets. So 100% of the save file popped, but it's still not the end. I had to complete the whole journal, and that was total grind primarily because I was in Act 3, and that meant enemies being 2 times stronger, and there were just less of them. I spent the whole day just grinding the journal just to get the achievement. Before I went to finish the game again to get the achievement for 100% completion, I've also completed the secret wish related to Herald, which is pretty much the same thing as in Hollow Knight. So when I defeated Lost Lace again, achievement for Herald showed up, and for 100% completion a while later. I could start speedrunning the game or beginning with Steel Soul, but I chose to go with speedrun because it could low-key prepare me to the Steel Soul where I can't fucking die even once. And I gotta admit, that achievement was banal. I've completed it in like 4 hours and it wasn't struggling at all. Maybe Trouble kinda kicked my ass, but we don't have to talk about it. Anyway, easy enough. And the next thing I had to attempt was Steel Soul mode. I started the game, went to the secret room, and already died to the very first enemy of the game. No cap. Okay, now for serious. Day 1 of attempting Steel Soul mode. I started the game, and in general, I was going pretty well. Like, I've beaten a lot of story bosses, found some of the collectibles, and just enjoyed the game. I also spent almost the whole day on this attempt just to be killed like that. On that day I had enough of it, so let's move on to day 2. This day I was faster already, because I pretty much knew what I had to do. I didn't die early or something, because obviously all of that was easy for me. But unfortunately, yes, it happened. I died in a Clockwork area, just look at it yourself. Day 3. Everything would be fine if that day everything went as it should. Well, it didn't. I died in the same place as before only because I went AFK, but my game just unpaused during this. I have no idea how it happened. I don't even have recording of it because I literally stopped recording when I went AFK. Same day I decided to start another run and I managed to retrieve some of my progress, but not that much. Day 4. And that day it was a total fluke since I was playing and trying to 100% the whole game on Steel Soul, and surprisingly I did on this attempt, so here we are achievement for completing Steel Soul and for having 100% on this mode, and for speedrunning it of course. Now I was missing the last achievement, which is just defeating Grandmother Silk while being cursed. So basically you can't heal and you can't use any of your tools. I used my speedrun save file where I fastly got cursed, and then I tried to beat the boss, which was kinda problematic because I had only 5 masks. But well, I did it eventually, and here we are, every achievement in Hollow Knight Silksong that I managed to do in like 2 weeks. The game is a total pick, and hell yeah, I recommend to everyone who wants their ass to be kicked out.